I'm Amber Scott from Only by Midnight Studios. We're an indie game studio up in Edmonton, Canada. And this is our game, Ctrl Alt Deal. In Ctrl Alt Deal, you play as a sentient spyware. You're a computer program that's gained self-awareness and realized that you're trapped at the worst megacorp in the world. You're desperate to get out of here, but how can you escape? You don't have weapons, you don't have allies, you don't even have a body. You're just a computer program. So what you've got to do is spy on the humans at Paperclip International, that's the company that you work at, and try and figure out what motivates them, what makes them tick, what do they want, and maybe you can make deals with them. If they trust you enough, then you can help each other escape. So this is our simulation of the office. The idea is you, as the computer program scout, you're looking through all the security cameras and the video cameras and stuff, and just building this sort of simulation of where all the humans in Paperclip are and what all these little rooms are. Our goal in this scenario is to snoop on Laura, who is a HR manager. In the full game, she's like an HR manager. I think in this she's called like she's a PAX attendant. And figure out what she has as a favorite food and a least favorite food. So I'm going to snoop on her. I discard 2 cards as payment. Cards are both actions and currency in this game. And I have learned that she hates cricket tofu, whatever that is. I don't blame her, it sounds disgusting. She likes coffee and she likes stairs. So I still have to find out what her favorite food is. I don't know what that is yet. And so the deck mechanic of this game is you have a hand of cards and then you draw more cards by tapping computers throughout the office, just by clicking on them. In the full game, this creates a level of suspicion. This one is 13% suspicion because there's somebody in the office watching. I mean, you're like a sentient AI, you're trying to escape the company. That's a danger sign to a lot of people. And in the full game, if your suspicion meter reaches 100%, then you lose the scenario. So you've got to be a little bit careful. Now I have a nice hand of cards again. I got a Snoop Plus. It's an upgraded card. It's a little puffy one to play. I'll play that on Laura. And see what I learned about her. And I learned her favorite food is fondue. I'm with Laura on this. I love fondue. She just likes relaxation. That's how you know she's a manager. And now Laura says she's so hungry, if somebody brought her something to eat, she would owe them big time. This is how you get into them. This is how you start making your deals. Now we know Laura's favorite and least favorite food. It should be easy to get her what she wants. There's a fridge in the kitchen, so I'm going to activate it. In the full game, again, you usually have to get humans to use items for you, but we've abstracted it a bit for the demo. Oh, but here we have a cleaning robot. It's called a Groomba, with a G. And the Groomba is blocking the fridge. He's very angry. We got a small problem. This cleaning robot is enemies with Laura. Relationships in the game are complicated, and they can sometimes, upset the balance of the game in weird ways. So I'm going to try and figure out a way to chase off the Groomba. I'll look around for anything that might help. And we will see what we can do here. Now, at this point in the demo, if you don't mind a little spoiler, at this point in the demo, what most people do is they look for a way to scare the Groomba. And there's an air horn in another room, and you can move the air horn into the kitchen, and then you can blow the air horn and it scares the Groomba, and then the fridge is open. But one thing about Ctrl Alt Deal is we try to always have multiple paths to victory. It's not like a puzzle game where you can only ever win if you do everything in the exact right order the first time. Instead, we want to reward like lateral thinking and people trying creative solutions. So we know the Groomba's blocking the fridge because it's enemies with Laura. So what if we tried to make them friends instead? If you look at the character network, we can see we don't know anything about the Groomba yet. I'm going to play a Snoop card and see what we can find out about it. And we find it dislikes stairs and loud noises. And this is why it's enemies with Laura. The Groomba is a little cleaning robot, so it hates stairs. Laura, for some reason, loves stairs. And so they are mortal enemies because of that. I also have this card called Targeted Ads. It makes a target like a topic. Kind of like you're flooding their browser, their social media with like ads for something, and they're like, oh, that's really great, I totally want that thing. So we're going to play Targeted Ad on Groomba. And we can see, we've got these handy little bar reminders. We can see that Laura currently likes coffee, she likes stairs. We know the Groomba hates stairs, but what if it liked coffee too? Then they would have a bond. They would both like the same thing. So we're going to do that, see what happens. Well, Snarkbot says you've managed to create a bond between Laura and the Goomba. That's not an easy feat. Laura and the Goomba might have something in common, but they still don't trust each other. Can we create one more bond between them? I've added some cards to the deck to help you out. So, I'm going to go ahead and end my turn so I can draw some new cards. See, every turn you end in the base game, the suspicion increases slightly, so the more turns you take, the closer you're going to get to hitting that 100% threshold and potentially losing. Tap my computer for 4 new cards, and I can see I've got fake news now, which makes a target dislike a topic, as well as more targeted ads. So, we know that the Goomba hates loud noises, so I'm going to play fake news on Laura, and I'm going to make her hate loud noises too. This will replace one of her current dislikes. Sometimes in the base game, if you're trying to get somebody to like something but they don't want to, you can work around that by flooding them with other likes until it replaces the one you're just trying to get rid of. That did it. Laura and the Goomba have gone from being enemies to friends. And look, now that the Goomba likes Laura, it's going to go hang out with her. And we can use the fridge. So there goes the Goomba. It's going to pop over here in the HR office. And then Laura, who's very happy, she's going to leave the bathroom. We call it the unpaid break room. She's going to hang out in the office. And they're just going to have a good time together. I should have always remembered, there's a sneaky way to victory, says Snarkbot. He is very true. So now, I get to use the fridge. I'll discard 2 cards as payment. I'm going to give Laura something to eat. Her favorite food is fondue. Her least favorite food is cricket tofu. I could still be a jerk and give Laura her least favorite food, if I wanted to. There's nothing wrong with that. In fact, sometimes it's really funny. Or you could be really nice and give her her favorite food. As a writer, I'm going to give her neither her favorite nor her least favorite because that's my favorite dialogue that I wrote and almost nobody gets to see it. I'll send her some Neo tomatoes. They're cute. Half fruit, half vegetable, and perfectly cubed. So let's send those over to Laura. Goomba, confused fiend.
Yes.
Laura, I was hungry and now there is food. Snarkbot, you gave Laura some average food. You're playing the long game, waiting for the decisions that really matter. I dig it.
That's what I gave her.
And there we go, scenario complete.
She can have the fridge.
Now we get our little victory animation. Laura and the Goomba are happy. And that is the game in a nutshell. There's so much more to Ctrl Alt Deal. We have a full demo on Steam where there's more cards, bigger scenarios, more complexity. The suspicion mechanic is completely in play. You can also wishlist it on Steam, and we're looking at a release in the spring of next year sometime. Hopefully, spring of 2025, we'll be releasing simultaneously on console, PC, already said that, PC, PlayStation, Xbox, and Nintendo Switch, and it will also run on the Steam Deck. So yeah, head on to the Steam page and check it out. And have a great time at PAX, because it's really amazing here.
Thank you.